All right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Lorie Woodruff here. Hope you are enjoying your Tuesday. You might be tuning in, driving home from work, tuning in your living room. I'm not sure where you are, but I'm glad you got a chance to tune in. All right, we are Facebook friends, and I wanted to give you some value that you might need. You might need this, ladies. This is for you, gentlemen. This is also for you as well. We need to get some conversations going on simply about homeownership. Homeownership. Hold on one second. There's quite a few things going on when it comes to real estate, and I've worked 17 years in the business. That's a long time. Creeping up on 18 years. It means a lot when I work with great people and I work with fun people, and it really gives me. It really warms my heart to know I'm doing the right thing. Okay, when I work a lot with people who are genuinely looking to purchase a home and really want to have their first, I really like to be a part of that. But let's break it down. This is going to be a funny segment, but it's going to be a true segment where I want your input. I really need to get your input. So today, I was in reflection mode because I was really doing some studying today. So I wanted to really just start thinking about, all right, real estate, what's going on in the market? We're getting near the end of the year. I've got some new things going on with leadership and doing new seminars coming up. And I'm really excited. About it. But I also wanted to just kind of double back in with the ladies and gentlemen to kind of give a pulse on seeing what is going on. Gentlemen, why do we have more women out here purchasing homes? Single women that are purchasing homes. Where are you guys? Where are you? All right. If I take a look at, and it's the title of this is Single Women's Tips to Buying a Home. Single women. All right. Most of the clients I work with are single women. They're single women, and I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out, guys, where are you? Where are you? I'm trying to figure out, where are you? What are you doing? Is you like staying in an apartment? Are you staying in the basement of somebody's crib? Are you guys like 15 guys in one house? What you doing? What are y'all doing? I want to know. Because women can't live together but for so long. Then they got to go. But you guys, it seems like you all can do the roommate thing for life. But as we get older, we got to make some big girl, big boy decisions. So I wanted to give out some tips today, just really quickly, on single women's tips to buying home. I'm a single woman, all right? And some of these tips, I'm sure many of you can relate to. Majority of the people out there purchasing homes are, and I'm just saying nationwide, are married couples. About 65% are about, they're coupled up, okay? But now let's break down the single men versus single women. It's 21% of women who are single purchasing, and the remaining are single men. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Okay? I want to talk this to the ladies, because this may be a motivational tip. This may be a motivational moment for you to think, okay, I'm on the right track. What do I need to do to back me up? All right. So guys, you just kind of hang in here for the discussion. If you have any comments on why you're not purchasing homes, I need to hear. I really want to hear. Ladies, I want to hear from you as far as why. Why have you not stepped up and purchased yet? Or even the ones that have purchased a home, what made you do it? So chime in. I want to see your comments to see, hey, William, hey, Salvia. I want to hear, I want to hear the pulse of what's going on, all right? So most of the time for my clients, I let them know when we start talking, it's a team effort. It's not just me. I don't work alone. I have some help, and it may not be me showing houses all the time. But initially, when we first sit down and talk, it's you and I. It's you and I. And we are also talking about, what are your goals? Why are you purchasing a home? We also talk about finances. What can we do to look at your budget? What are we going to do to bring more money into your household? Meaning, what can we do to get you an actual pay raise, a legal pay raise, right? Then we start talking about bedrooms and zip codes, okay? So for me, I want to make sure that the mental space and the financial space is taken care of before we hit the streets and physically just start looking at properties. Because I'm not that one that just says, all right, when I get that first call, how many bedrooms are you looking for? What zip code? Well, let's go out tomorrow. No, it's a process. It's a process of purchasing a home because I want you to enjoy the journey and I want you to stay in the home. All right. Annie had said it's an investment and a place for children. Yeah, it's nothing like calling your own place. Now, it's you and the bank's property until it's paid off. But yes, it's a different sense of ownership versus an apartment where you can't really paint the walls and you really got to be quiet and you can't really do too many things in an apartment, or if you're living with family. So high five, mama. Yes, that's right. So when I speak to clients, I look at it where it's a friendship that we're going into. And there's a couple of things I'm going to give you into a couple of the secrets that I do for clients. This is for you. What we're going to do is talk about what can we do to bring more money into the household, because I get the conversation about, well, I may not have all of the down payment. What can I do to bring more money in? And so we have that discussion. I love having that discussion. We also need to get your mindset straight, because there's a lot of programming that we have gone through over years. Okay, somebody's told you couldn't buy a home. Someone's told you may want to wait till you're married. Maybe you can't buy in that particular zip code. Whatever the situation is, I want to make sure I break that down and let you know you are a homeowner. And you have to posture your walk. Everything you do has to talk and walk like I'm already a homeowner. It's already done. And we talk about doing a vision board. I want you to do it even with your children. I want you to get pictures. I want you to visualize everything you see in your future. Are you an author? Do you want to open up a business? What does your house look like? What does your credit score look like? How much money is coming in every month? What does your relationship look like? I want all of that glued and taped on your vision board. And a vision board is simply a visual tool that's going to help you pull through every single day, because you need to have the visual gates open every day. You need to have the ear gates open. I am a homeowner. I have a credit score of 780, whatever credit score you want. And then you need to visually see it. Okay. If you don't get to see it on a daily basis, then you forget about it. It's not really a motivating factor for you anymore. But if you see that, put it somewhere where you can actually see it, then that's going to be the driving force for getting your butt up and getting going, because that's the energy that you need. So I'm speaking to both men and women. It's not just women I do this to. Before, this is the process of getting ready, because it's still a process of getting ready, okay? You just can't get up and just say, okay, I'm already a homeowner. There's a process. You got to go through it. And then once it arrives, you can sit back and say, wow, that was actually the picture of the home that I had put on my vision board 3 months ago. And wow, boom, we're actually in that floor plan. We're actually in that house. So it makes a real big difference when you can visually do it. Go to the dollar store, go on your printer, go get some magazines, print out some ideas of what it looks like, and just go nuts. Don't think limitations. Don't have any kind of limitations on, oh no, that house is too big, or no, not that zip code, or not that. No, put it on there. Okay, we need you to manifest all of this. So I have put on my vision board an in-unit, actually a townhome. And 3 months later, I was in a townhome, and it was actually an in-unit. I was like, wow, this is powerful. It's very powerful. Same thing with my car. I tell this story to quite a few people. I had a white G37 on my vision board. And it took a few months, but at the end of that story, guess what I was driving? A white G37. Okay. So I want you to get so crazy and just stretch yourself, stretch yourself, stretch yourself. And when you're about to go through this homeownership journey, I want you to have a great time with it. All right. So those are the kind of things we do to get ready. So mentally, we're there. And then 10%, I would say about 90% of everything that we're doing is the belief that you can do it. It's knowing in your mindset, I'm going to do this. And 10% is just looking at properties. 10% is paperwork. 10% is, let me get that pay stub over to my lender. That's the 10%. But getting ready starts here. All right, first. So ladies and gentlemen, before we get on this journey, I'm going to give you 4 tips of single women's tips to why they're buying homes. All right. One thing is, as I said, 21% of women buying are single. You got like 10%. That's the guys. All right. You guys are coming, but you're not made it there yet. All right. So number 1, 4 tips for single women buying homes. Number 1, single women. You women, you know what you want. You know what you want. All right. They know where they want to be, and they're making a firm decision. When they call me, typically, hey, I know I'm ready. I'm not waiting for anyone. I am ready. Okay. And the one thing you can do is make sure in that mental space that when you see I'm ready, then what you want to do is start making some positive affirmations. Okay. And what that means is you got to have support now from family and friends who might be around you. You need to have their support, but you're going to do it regardless. You're going to do it regardless. So you want to start speaking affirmations. I am a homeowner. I'm moving into Bowie, Maryland, or I'm moving into Houston, Texas. I'm purchasing a 3-bed. I want you to be crystal clear. I am a homeowner of a 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo, or whatever it is. I want you to be crystal clear with it, ladies and gentlemen. So when you are speaking that, you know what you want, you've made the decision, then I want you to affirm everything behind that. Okay. One thing you want to be careful of is being very wishy-washy. Being very wishy-washy just simply means, well, I don't know. I'm not sure. Now, it's okay to be uncertain when you're first getting started, but the one ballsy thing that you want to make sure that you're doing is making a firm decision and sticking with it. I'm ready to buy. When? I'm ready to buy by November 2018, I'm going to be in my home. Because that's the question I'm going to ask you. I'm not going to say, well, when are you going to buy? There's when are you going to buy? Okay. And then that's how you start to now believe, okay, oh, shoot, I got a date. Lorie made me set a date. Yes, set a date. When are you going to be in your home? All right. So I see more women doing that. And the guys, I don't know, you guys are a little wishy-washy about that. I don't know, maybe a year from now. I don't know, 2 years from now. My ladies are just like, I'm this is the year. And there's nothing that will stop them. Okay. Number 2, they stop waiting for the man. That flows right into number 2. They stop waiting for him. Okay. So the tip for the ladies would be, some women have an insecure spirit where they are, I can't do this without being married. I can't do this without someone else helping me with the mortgage. Okay. What I want to say to that is, buying a home is an economic decision. It's an economic decision. For you to upgrade from renting or staying with family, it's a financial decision. So for that alone, I want you to believe in yourself enough to say, I have to do this. I have to buy a home because financially, my taxes, I'm owing a lot of money. I really don't have any write-offs. If I don't have any children, cool. What I need to do is I need to acquire some property. If it's a condo, if it's a townhome, if it's a starter home, you're not looking for the Taj Mahal. you're looking for that economic purchase, all right? Wealthy people have a conversation with themselves all the time. They have money, they acquire an asset, and it makes more money. What an average individual will do is they will get money, buy stuff, rent stuff, and then whatever is left over, they'll save that. And sometimes it's nothing. 1 in 6 people typically have at least $1,000 in their savings account. 1 in 6 typically have at least $1,000 in their account. So by saying that, I want you to elevate your own financial picture and look at real estate is a very good buy, isn't it? Real estate is a very good buy, and if he comes along, no problem. We can address that and maybe turn that into a rental property. We can stay here together for financial reasons, but acquire the property. Don't wait for him, okay? And that's all I need to really say about that one. Guys, number 3. And we're talking about single women's tips to buying a home, all right? Single lady here talking. They like to be in control of their space. Number 3 is they like to be in control of their space. That means they want to paint. They want to have their own parking, right? No landlord kind of knocking on the door saying, you know, hey, your guests need to leave and all that good stuff. They want to be in control of their own space. And you know, if you want to have parties over, what if you can't do that in the rented space that you're in right now? If you want to have gatherings and Thanksgiving and holiday dinners, you may not be able to do that because you don't have the space right now. So I know the ladies I know, they like to be in control of, hey, as going forward, I want to make sure that we have something, backyard for my little one. You know, a backyard for the little ones, the barbecue, all that's going to come with the real estate, okay? And the last one is they just know just to do it. And that goes right in line with the, they're not being chicken about it. So number 4 is they're stop being chicken and they just do it, okay? When it comes down to the questions on the table, no, you don't know everything. You don't know everything, but guess what? You have an advisor here who's been in the business for 17 years. I've bought and sold properties. I've renovated properties before. I've staged and decorated properties. I know contractors all out the way. All right, so resources, I got that. I don't want you to worry. What you want to focus on is everything I told you mentally where you need to stay first. Because then all of the how is this going to work and who do I need to connect to, all of that will start to work in your favor. But you got to get in position. You got to get into movement to start working. Where to get your money from for a down payment. If you have money in your savings account, you can use that. If you've got some funds in your 401k or your retirement, your TSP account for some government workers, you can do that. You can get a gift from a family member or 2 or 3. I always ask when is your birthday, because maybe for your birthday, you may not want to go and have dinner. You may want to let your family know, listen, this year I'm purchasing my home. October is my birthday. I would love to get any contributions that you can to help me with my purchase. Okay? Who wouldn't want to help? I don't care if it's $50, $100. When you begin to add that together, open up a separate bank account and call it your house fund. Call it your house fund, ladies. And then when you start to get that together, you see Aunt Betty gave you something, you see cousin Nicole gave you some money, and now you've got some money. You don't have to pay it back. Don't spend it on something crazy, but then that's going to add to your bottom line. Okay? Yeah, like Wendy, I was just sharing with you. Don't say you don't have anything. What do you need to start telling yourself at this point? I have my down payment of X amount of dollars. All right? You've got to speak different because words have power. You have to speak to yourself as if. You got to speak to yourself as if you're already there. All right? So act like you were already at the bank and just say, hey, I have my down payment of $10,000. I have my down payment of $10,000. I'm so happy and grateful that I have my down payment of $10,000. And then what happens? Ooh, miraculous things start to happen. Crazy things. And wow, how did that new job just give me a bonus out of the blue for $5,000, $10,000? Ooh, how did that new opportunity just come up and you got $10,000? I want you to believe purchasing a home has nothing to do with your skill set, always. Okay, that's not 100% of how this works. What you want to do is focus on speaking the life first into what's about to happen and act as if you are already there. You are already a homeowner. You already have the right people that's going to do your loan. You already have the right real estate agents, and you already have the right home that's going to be the 3-bedroom, the 2-bathroom, the 3 levels, the 1-car garage. See it. I want you to already see it. And then how and where the money is going to come from, and all the questions that we typically have, Wendy, that's going to present itself. I hope that answered your question. So basically, in a nutshell, stop worrying about how you're going to get it. What I want you to do is visualize it, and it manifests itself just like that. But you got to do that, like washing your back. You got to do it like this all the time. Okay, ladies, thank you very much for tuning in. Please share, please share, please share, please share, please share, because someone's going to need to see this video, and it's certainly going to help someone get parked into the driver's seat into purchasing a home. Okay, now you've gone through the manifestation, you're talking to yourself, you're positively knowing you're going to purchase this home. When we get rolling with purchasing a home, is it going to be easy and smooth? Lorie told me I had to do my affirmations so everything is smooth. Hell no. It's still going to give you some tests to see if it's worth it. And when I say that, yeah, there's going to be some bumps. You're not going to like me. You're going to not like the lender. You're going to not like yourself sometimes. But it's a part of the process to make sure. God wants to put you through the pressure to see, is this something you can really go through? I'm going to put you through it. I know you're going to make it through it, but anything worth having, you're going to get tested for. Anything. I've bought over 11 houses, and I have seen it all. And I'm like, look, I'm a veteran at this. Why am I going through this BS? But hey, anything worth having, you're going to have a little bit of speed bumps that you got to get through. Right, Kevin? Right, Annie? Okay. So typically when I sit down with clients, Annie, I will have them fill out a budget. So as we go over the process, you need to see how much money is going out the door. Sometimes sometimes I know it's something going out the door unnecessarily. Are you paying too much for cable? Do you need all those channels for cable? Your cell phone bill, your insurance, food, entertainment, food, entertainment. Can you cook? Can you cook a little bit more than you are swiping your card at the grocery store or the restaurants? All right? Those kind of things you will now start to see, wow, I got a couple $100 more coming in because Lorie helped me get this budget together. I'm glad. All right, cool. Now we got that straight. Do that assessment every single month. Ladies, if you're in control of the money, and let's say you have a little one or it's just you, you need to control the money. You need to control the money, because the money will control you a whole different way if you just, I think I got $200 left over for the month. That's suicidal. That's suicidal. So I want to make sure that you have enough to know, just because the lender tells you you're qualified for $350,000, okay? That payment may be $2,300 a month, and you're like, no, I just want to spend $2,000 a month. $2,000 is good for me. You need to know that by looking at your budget, because you actually might just need to be spending $1,700 or $1,800 because of your spending habits. Okay, so we look at that, we look at your budget, and I want to see it with you, because it may be something that pisses you off to make you make some adjustments, and that is the whole purpose. Okay? All right. And the next thing we do is we take a look at your W-4. Kevin, you know about this. Now, the W-4 is going to be, that's a whole different class that I can teach on as far as that money that you are spending through your payroll, taxes, I mean. When you are, this is a big one, goes for you, everyone who's got a W-2 position. So you have a job, and remember when you filled out that paperwork with HR and they gave you a W-4 form, they're like, here, fill it out. You don't know what the heck to do with it, so you just fill it out and just like, what? How many exemptions? Oh, one, because it's just me. Or maybe two, because you're married. You're actually shortchanging yourself, because that form is actually telling the government how much in taxes to withhold from your taxes. So when you think that number one, you actually, because of your situation, such as, are you married? Do you have a small home-based business? Do you have children? But do you have property? If any of those apply to you, your number may be more than one. And then when you think, oh, well, I'm getting money back in April, that's not really a great thing, because the government has held your money all year round. When do you need it most? Once a year or throughout the year? All throughout the year. So let's think here. Let's think. Let's think. If you let someone borrow money from you for 12 months, okay? And at the end of 12 months, they're going to give you that exact amount right back. No interest, none of that. They didn't give you any interest on top of it. They just gave you that money right back. How would you feel about that? Knowing that when they took that money, they made billions and trillions of dollars doing things like in the Forex market, doing whatever is needed around the world with your money. Okay? What I want you to do is take control of your money a little bit better. And I have this conversation so that you can realize, all right, so if I move my number, we need to look at the worksheet, because I don't know what your number will be. Let's just say you're now a homeowner, all right, and you have a son, and you have a small home-based business. Now, for me, if I were to get a job right now, my exemption amount would be 13. 13. I want all my money just about coming back, all right? So that means the higher the number that you have on the exemptions, that means the less amount in taxes that they're taking from you per pay. The less amount. So if you are giving the money away, no problem. The government's saying, thank you. We appreciate you just doing one. Actually, do zero, because we want you to be very ignorant on your own money. But now that you've taken this class, you know, whoa. I need to get a W-4 form. I can send you one if you need one. W-4 form. You need to look at it again and really see how I need to bring some more money in my household. Okay. So I did this exercise with my girlfriend, and she went from one, and she has 2 children, she's married, she has property, and she's a small home-based business owner. She took her number up to 6. So she went from 1 to 6. She brought in an additional $450 per pay. So now she's bringing in an additional $900 per month. This is her situation. This is not everybody's. But I want you to be very clear on, you are due this money. This is your money. Take it now, or take it one time, throughout the in April. When do you need it most? So no, Annie, you would have to pay it at the end of the year if you did the worksheet correctly. Because now, if you didn't have a property, you didn't have a business, you didn't have children, and you took your number incorrectly from 1 to 6, now the government's taking too much money out. Yes, you can owe money in that case. But you're balancing things out, because now your tax level is different. Your taxes are way different. You pay less taxes as a business owner. You pay less taxes as a business owner, and you're able to write more things off as you own a property. Okay, so you got more benefits if you have the small home-based business. You have more opportunities to pay less when you own a home. Also, when you are married. So these are the kind of conversations that we have when you are changing something in your lifestyle. So these are the kind of things you need to think about. So in addition to doing your budget, all right, now I can see, wow, we're saving almost $400 a month just eating out. Cool, Lorie, great. And let's just say now you reassess and revise your W-4 form with your employer. I know all of you guys will be in the HR department tomorrow. Give me one. Give me a blank piece of paper. Give me the blank W-4, because y'all are taking my money. Don't do it if you don't have a home. Don't do it if you are don't have a business. Don't do it if you're not married. But if you need to reassess it, your number may be 1, 2, maybe 3, just as a single individual. You need to know this. You need to know this. I want you to fill it out anyway. So as you're doing that, and now let's say you're bringing in a couple $100 now more per month, between that and your budget, you just gave yourself a pay raise. You just gave yourself a pay raise. Now, how would you feel if you know this information? Like, who normally tells you this kind of information? No one. You know, your family and friends, they tell you one thing, but you got to listen to a professional to help you get through this kind of process. And these are the kind of things we talk about as we're getting you ready for homeownership. Sometimes I talk to individuals and they may not be ready for another 3, 4 months. Got to work on credit, got to work on the budget, got to work on savings. It's good. I'm going to see you later. I'm going to see you later, but I'm going to check in with you to make sure everything is going according to plan. All right. And that helps someone stay more motivated. If you can see, I can save money. I've got some benefits where I can increase my paycheck. Now I can start saving money. Now I can start paying off my debt. And I can start racking up my own money for my down payment. That's how you bring in your own money. Yeah, Annie, that's why a lot of people start a home-based business. My business is me. I don't have any employees. But because I have a home-based business, I'm not going to say home-based, where the real estate office that I work with and the Forex company, they issue me a 1099. So I can write off a lot of things. I can write off this internet. I can write off my cell phone. You know, I can write off a lot more things, as can you, because you are a business owner. You have expenses, you got advertisements, websites that you pay for, all of that. So your taxable income goes down and you pay less in taxes because of that. Get yourself a home-based business if you don't have one. And there's a couple of things, you know, I talk and teach about foreign exchange, but if that's one thing that you can do is at least learn how to multiply your money in the Forex market. That's another way that we talk about what other things, ladies and gentlemen, can we do to bring more money in the household. So that's a whole nother conversation. But these are the kind of things we put on the table because the question comes up, where do I get more money from? Okay, so that should answer that question big time. All right, so I appreciate you guys tuning in. Did you share? Did you bless someone else's page up today? Can you share? Share. All right, any other questions out there when it comes to why are you not buying a home? What is it out there? Why are you fearful? Somebody has told you something that has stuck with you. What is it? What is it? Hopefully, Annie, I have answered your question. Wendy, I think I got your question answered about the down payment. There are some, thank you very much, thank you. There are some down payment assistance programs that are out there, but guess what? It's not free money. It's out there, but you may see a higher interest rate. The going rates right now are in the low 4% range. Still very good, still very low. If you're going to look at a down payment assistance program, the state is giving money But at the same time, that program is going to have a higher interest rate, sometimes 1% higher. So now you got to take a look at it from a financial standpoint. Can I get my own money, or do I want to borrow more and have a higher payment over 30 years? These are the kind of things you have to make this decision. But, you know, we kind of mastermind these things out and see, what do you really want to have a $100 payment more to get you $5,000 or $10,000 at the settlement table. I can't make that decision for you, only you can. But just understand, the money is not free money. It's not free. Sometimes you have to pay it back, and some of the cases we don't. You don't have to pay it back after a certain time period. So there's different programs, and when we connect you with a lender, then they can have that private discussion with you, okay? Credit. Now this one goes both ways, because I'm not saying that all single women have stellar credit. You know, I've had sucky credit and I've had great credit, all right? So it goes both ways. Life happens, things come up. But one thing I do want to share with you is, when you are about to purchase a home, the credit report is going to be pulled. And one thing I hear is, I don't want anybody pulling my credit report because I don't want to take my score down. When you go into the ER and you got a problem, they have to take you to triage. You say, don't take my blood because I don't want to pass out. Like, we got to start somewhere. We got to start somewhere. You get the credit report pulled and stop being a baby. All right. It can't take it down any lower than where it is right now. Let's put it that way. All right. We got to get started. And that to me is just an excuse. If you're not checking your credit report at least twice a year, please get into habit of doing that. Some people do a little bit too much, but at least I'd rather you check it than say, it's been about 2 years since I checked it last. I want you to be able to check your report and know what's on there. Win anything you want out of life, all right? Annualcreditreport.com. It's free. Go on there and take a look and just get a pulse and see what's going on. Hey, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Get it and see what's on there. If something needs, I was talking to a client yesterday. It's a family of 4. All of them had a credit score under 640. Some of them under a 580. Some of them under 500. Okay? I've seen it all because I do have credit repair services in my portal. I do. So nothing surprises me, but it was an entire family of 4 that needed credit repair or some sort of talking to about credit. All right. So I don't want you to feel like this is my credit and this is what's stopping me and I'll never buy a home. That's not the case. Remember, like I said, number 1, you are a homeowner. My credit score is 780. All right. My financial negatives are gone. All right. You need to speak to yourself in the present tense. Even though you can't see it, I need you to bring a little bit more positivity to the situation. Because the more and more you say, my credit sucks, I'll never buy a home, then that's exactly what's going to happen. Words have powers. Words have power. So, yeah. Okay, we need to get started. Let's pull it and let's give you a roadmap of what you need to do. And parents, I want you to know one thing. And I'm going to say this, but I'm going to say it with a little bit of a punch. Your children are watching you. The habits that you have, whether they are good or bad, they're watching you and walking in that same footstep. If you don't pay your bills, now you're letting them see it's okay to not pay bills. If you have a disregard for your credit and you just don't pay anything, or you're not being smart with the credit cards and letting things just kind of go into collections, they're going to do the same thing. Why duplicate that kind of behavior? One thing we want to do is, at least, because now the whole family can't even purchase a home until they go through credit services. They can't. It's entire family. None of them can do it on their own. None of them. So when it comes to when I want to get stuff done in life, are you having your own report card of an F when it comes to the credit? Are you just not looking at the credit report because you just don't want to face it? It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. So your family depends on you, or you depend on you to have some place to live. Please be sure that you are checking your own report and getting on top of the situation immediately. Because the longer that you let something just hang out on the credit report, I think I'm gonna just let that thing just sit on there for 7 years. It's not going anywhere until you pay it. Until you pay it. Mm-hmm. So please be mindful that your children are watching, and the same habits that you do, for the good or bad. And I can tell in different families, I can tell when the family is okay with their savings and their, they talk openly about saving money and what they're doing with their money and investments. I can tell their children know that. They can see that. But I can also see when the habits, negative habits that mom or dad has with money, spending too much money, or just kind of being, having a disregard for their finances, their children do the same thing. Okay. So all I say is be a better steward, because someone's watching you, and make sure that you can provide for your family when it comes to, well, my credit is not a problem. I want you to be able to say that all the time. Oh, we can get whatever we need. We just need to be ready to buy. That's it. Okay. Husbands and wives. Let's just say I'm dealing with a husband and the wife's credit is not up to par. Okay. Well, they probably can't purchase the house that they really want to live in together because the credit's not together on one of the ends. Or it could be flopped. It could be the husband is just like, forget it. I don't care about my credit. And she's like, I'm trying to purchase a home, and you're just being real blasé with your credit. Now she's unhappy. She can't get into the home that she really wants to be in, all because she has to work with 50%. And that's just her pocket. If she had 100% of the income in the household, then that could be used and the credit could be fine and they could purchase what they want. So credit is very important, but don't let that stop you. I do have opportunities for people to get credit services. Let's talk about that. If we just, sometimes you don't even need credit repair. Sometimes you just need a discipline on pay your bills. Pay your bills. Pay them down. That's it. And I have no problem of smacking you around just a little bit, because somebody smacks me around all the time. All the time. So just wanted to bring those out. My single ladies are doing it big. They are. They're doing it big, and they're not waiting for the gentleman. This information, I wanted to make sure that you were full. No matter if you're a man or a woman, I want to get those numbers up. I want to see more men purchasing homes, because it should not be where the ladies are purchasing homes and the guys are just like, well, I'm going to come stay with you. No, it should be the other way around. You buy the home. You be the provider. I'm not the provider. You are. Freaking roles are mixed up. So please, ladies, when you buy the investment property, one, be firm. Be ready. Be firm. Be ready. Speak positive affirmations. I don't want to hear anything negative out your mouth. Because if I hear it, I'm going to correct you, because your words have power. Your words have power. If you have any kind of doubt, don't say it out your mouth. I want you to cancel it, cancel it, cancel it, cancel it. Cancel that thought. Am I going to buy this house? I am going to buy this house. Am I going to get through this home inspection situation? I am going to get through this home inspection issue. I don't want you to worry about it. Okay? Then your life will have a little bit more peace. And you're not worried, and you're not anxious, and you're not, what if, all right? You see me? I'm chilling. And I know it seems like, oh, Lorie, you're not the one buying a house. I'm juggling more balls than you think behind the scenes. And I have to maintain multiple relationships of people to make sure your lender's doing what they got to do. The home inspector do what they have to do. The appraiser, those came in okay. The title company, did they? So it's quite a few things going on, but I can't go around saying, oh my gosh, I can't do that. So I have to make sure that I keep it together and remind you, you are a homeowner. You got this. You got this. All right. Just you got to go through it. The speed bumps are going to hit you. And I told you, you're not going to be happy every single moment, but you're going to enjoy it when you get to sit back. Just say, yeah, it's done. Thank you, God. It's done. And you can laugh at it later. You may not want to laugh at it now, but you can laugh at it later and just say, wow, that was an experience. That was an experience. All right. Number 2, ladies, stop waiting for him. Stop waiting for him to make that decision. Remember, it is an economic and a financial decision. Do this because you want the benefits of homeownership. You want this financially to look better on your tax returns. All right. It's a financial decision. It's not a lifestyle decision that you're doing this for your friends and family. You're doing this because you can and you're eligible to get it done. Wealthy conversations are way different from average conversations. Remember, wealthy individuals buy into assets. They buy into an asset that will appreciate or let them multiply and make more money. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. If we want to stay in rentals, there's nothing wrong with staying in a rental, but I'm talking to the ones that are looking to purchase a home. If you are thinking, well, it's too much work and, it costs this and that, you missed number 1. You missed number 1, right? You have to get ready. Yes, you do have to get ready. But I want you to take a look at it where average people will look at it and just think about all the things that it's not going to be. Oh no, what if? Average wealthy individuals just look at, well, what do I need to do to make sure that that doesn't happen? What do I need to do to make sure that I have the right people in place, the warranties in place, the contractors in place? What do I need to do? Speak different. Speak different and you'll get different results. And the last thing is for that thing is, being that it's economic decision, I said average people buy stuff and then whatever is left over, they invest in savings accounts or CDs or whatever, or nothing. That's why they'll have nothing. All right. So this is for you to upgrade your thinking that you are a wealthy homeowner. You are a wealthy homeowner. And what you're doing is buying an asset. Okay. You're buying an asset. Number 3 is they like to be in control of their space. So now you get to have your backyard. Now you get to paint. Now you get to have those barbecues and you get to have that sense of homeownership. Thank you, Mama. I am speaking the truth. I know a little bit of something, huh? And number 4 is just do it. Do it afraid. Do it afraid. Just do it. And when we sit down and have our one-on-one consultation, we're going to talk about everything we just discussed here and more. I do introduce the Forex market to individuals who say, what can I do to make more money? It feels a bit complicated at first, simply because it's something brand new. It's new. It's not complicated. All right. Anything that you're going to learn brand new, of course, it's like, lines, charts, all of this. But if it taught you how to make money on a daily basis, why would you turn that away? So I want you to be open-minded too. These are the options that you have to make more money. 1, we're going to talk about your budget. 2, we're going to talk about revising your W-4 form. 3, we're going to talk about, is the Forex market something that you need to be doing to multiply your money on a daily basis? What if you can make $50 a day extra? What if you can make $100 extra a day in addition to working your job? All right, I'm not saying leave your job and stop and just do Forex all the time, but what if? Those are the possibilities. And those are the kind of conversations that we have when we get you going. So, ladies, Rick, hope you like that, Rick. Thank you all for tuning in. If you have any other questions, you can always come over to my website, LorieWoodruff.com. We're doing some new amazing things, so stay tuned, not only in the real estate space, but also in the coaching field. I will be working with real estate entrepreneurs and business entrepreneurs to elevate them as well. I work a lot with homeowners mentally, physically. I'm still going to be here, trust me. But we're working in that space to now start working with entrepreneurs to get them in that space of elevation, because as I said, 90% of everything that we do starts here. And if we don't get this together, you will always be in the state of lack. You never have what you're looking for. So LorieWoodruff.com. Don't forget the E. Don't forget the E. I know you guys see the way my name is spelled. LorieWoodruff.com. Take a look. If you have some questions about real estate, I'm here. If you have any questions about credit, I'm here. If you have any questions about what can we do to multiply our money and make more money in the Forex market, guess what? Yeah, I'm here. So you guys have a phenomenal day on purpose, and I'll see you at the settlement table.